Please subscribe and share this video with your friends.
We're good? Okay. Hi, I'm Christian, and this is Marni, and this is Dating with Dignity. So we did an episode before all about the Facebook effect on dating, and so now we want to continue with some of the topics because this is
It's hot.
It's burning up, girl. How do you ask someone out on Facebook? So you're probably thinking, well, guys, you just did an episode talking about you really shouldn't ask anyone else on Facebook. But we realize there's some situations where that might be the only way you can get communication with this fellow or girl, and so you want to be like, so how do I do it?
How do you do it?
So we're going to talk about that.
And it's okay. So if we take our main philosophy that Facebook isn't like, a place to air your laundry, it can be a really big party. Right? Like if you're in a room.
Sure.
Okay. It's on the internet and you're there with Christian and his friend Tim is someone you're interested in, right? So what would you do? You're on there, you see that Christian's talking to Tim, you click, you're like, oh, he's cute. Okay, number one, you click, you don't stalk. Right?
Exactly.
You do not stalk.
You're not going to start scanning through photos, looking through pictures, reading all the info. Listen, if it all works out, if it's all good, you'll be discovering that out on a date. So leave that out. It cannot lead to good.
So hold back. So you just saw he made a little cute, funny comment. You look on his picture, he's really cute. So what can you do? Number one, you can go to Christian and you can... Actually, maybe you'd even call him versus inbox him or text him.
Sure.
And you say, hey, I saw your friend Tim, and he seems kind of funny and he's cute. Do you think we would be a good match?
Right. Always good to get that third party involved, get an agent working for you in a way.
Exactly, in a real life. So what we're telling you to do is try not to inbox Christian, try not to text him, call him, have a conversation. And the question would be, is your friend Tim a good match? Why is this important? I will tell you, and then you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
Is he single? Obviously. But is he a good match? I had a client who said on Facebook, this guy who is a friend of mine, is messaging her. And he's really into me and he's saying all these things and I think he's kind of cute. Is he a good match? And in this particular case, no, he's not a good match. Right? He's in a different place in his life. He just got out of a relationship. And while we're both friends, right? And what I really love about that is she practiced what we're talking about. She reached out to me and found out so she could handle it in a more personal way than just a technology way. So third party, right?
Yeah, they're going to be honest with you because you're talking to this third party who has they know you and they know this person you're reaching out to.
Right.
So they're going to be like they're going to be honest with you. They're going to say, I know what you're looking for. You're looking for a relationship, and quite honestly, this guy, he likes to have a lot of fun. This is not what he's looking for. This is not the thing you're looking for. So I would not say it. But if they do say something positive, then you could advance this to something more exciting where they'd be like, you know what, we're going out this Friday. Why don't you just come out with us, blah, 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 as opposed to furthering the Facebook connection. Yeah, instant message him or become Facebook friends with. No. See, if there's a way where potentially this third party can now make it a little more like in the flesh.
Right. You can go which is a great way to meet men, is to look at their male network and go out as friends in a group. So that would be number one. Number two is, and we've advised this in person, you could say to Christian, well, I noticed Tim lives in Manhattan Beach and my friends and I were thinking of going to play beach volleyball and maybe going to have brunch. Would it be cool if I emailed, inbox, now it's okay, Tim, and just sort of introduce myself?
Sure.
Right? So Christian would go, oh, that's a great idea. In fact, he plays beach volleyball too. Now you can inbox Tim and say, hey, I'm friends with Christian. I noticed you live in Manhattan Beach. My girlfriends and I are coming down. Where would you recommend? And now you've asked for help or advice, which is a really feminine way of starting a conversation and letting a guy know that you're interested.
Yeah, we men love that opportunity to do any kind of 21st century version of providing and protecting.
Exactly.
So if he does respond with that, that's a good guy. We love to do that. So if you are seeking advice or for help, you might not need it, but we like to step up to it and say, sure, yeah, Manhattan Beach has got this surf thing coming up. Why don't you come down and check it out? I'd love to help you out. But it doesn't come across as inbox message that says, hey, you're kind of cute. Or, hey, we should get together.
Which you all know that there are those, and who are those people that send those messages? Do men get those?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but it's just,
weird,
it started off with something very simple and easy, advice and help, and then that will allow for him to step up and maybe respond. You guys can start a communication, which leads to, maybe I'll see you this Friday at the beach. I'll be there. If you need any more help, here's my number. Give me a call.
Ta-da! Score.
Just like that.
Okay.
So
let's ask this other question, or answer this other. We're not going to ask it. We're going to answer it.
Yeah. What was it?
When do you change your status on Facebook? So Christian was like, why does it even matter, right? Because he's a guy. And so a lot of men would say that, right? Right, Craig?
Yes.
Right? Okay, but for women, we're like, but that means it's true love.
I know.
Okay, so we were talking about it. So our best advice would be if you're in a serious relationship and it's after 3 months, like you have decided to be monogamous and exclusive.
What's the problem, Christian?
This is my own stuff. I'll bring into it, but I just the whole Facebook thing, I think less is more, and having to announce myself onto Facebook and say, I'm now in a relationship with a girl who's also on Facebook, and now everyone knows. And then I like to be more secretive. Not secretive. I know that's not secretive. I don't like to. Facebook is a huge digital landscape. It's a huge digital landscape where everyone knows and interacts with it, and they go to her link.
This is important. This is live. You're watching it live. So your girl, though, it's important for her because she really is excited and she wants to honor and celebrate.
Yes.
Okay. So she says it in the right way, right? After you have context, you have communication. Christian, I know you're not a big Facebook person, but I'm old-fashioned, and I would love to have my friends, my community celebrate our new relationship. How could we make that happen?
I think we would probably negotiate and come up with a time, and we could talk about it more, get more comfortable with everything, and probably it would budge because, women don't know this, but you run the whole game, and that's fine. And so a good man's going to want to step up and make his girl feel good. So if I had such a visceral reaction to it, we'd have to explore that and realize why is that happening. But eventually, sure, once we talk some more and we come up with a time frame, maybe not 3 months, maybe a little bit longer.
Maybe 6 months.
I would push for 6.
What if you're calling it your girlfriend? Well, then you're telling everybody on Facebook it's your girlfriend.
Yes, but that's my girl. I don't need everyone else to validate. That's my girl. I love my girl.
We'll be having a session with Christian later.
I don't need the digital world to say it's okay. Yay, you got a girl.
This is such a juicy episode. Okay, so the bottom line is, what I want you to take away is that's really totally normal and appropriate man-woman interpretation of that status.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And that what the takeaway, I think, is that in the communication, number one, that's a really important part of your relationship. And number two is if you say it in a way in which Christian or your guy has, he might say 6 months, is that cool? Da-da-da. Have him be part of the solution, and if he really loves you, you'll compromise, and he'll compromise, and it'll all be Facebook happy.
And and I think the last thing that you can do is as the woman, come from a place of how this makes you feel, because we men really respond to that well. So if you say, it really would make me feel great to know that, we can make this more official on Facebook, or however you want to say that, then when we as men hear that, when you're coming from your heart center, it does a different thing for us. We're like, well, my girl doesn't feel good because of this, and she'll feel really good that way, and I want to make her feel good. So we compute that differently. We're like, okay, how do I solve that problem? I want to be the problem solver. I'll go on Facebook and change it over, even though it doesn't matter to me, but it matters to her, and I want it to matter. I want her to matter.
Good. This is possibly the best episode of the Dating Den ever.
Potential. All right. We're going to see you on the next one. Be good.
Bye.